Okay, I'm back at it. I'm doing the fun stuff in the Smokehouse Pavilion. If you like these types of video, give me a subscribe, give me a like also, share with friends and family like always. Trying to grow this channel one subscriber at a time, it looks like. Anyways, let's talk about what I'm doing today. I'm going to install the ceiling fan first and some electrical stuff along with some lights. So the first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to drill a hole for that fan, and I realized I needed to get some boxes up, some circuits inside the pavilion itself. So real quick, that paint sucks. Don't use that stuff at Lowe's. That stuff's much better. The tip on that first can really sucks. It gets clogged, and once you use it once and it sets for a while, you're supposed to wipe the tip clean. The paint that I'm using right now, it's not an issue. So don't buy the other crap. Buy this stuff. It's the best stuff on the market. I'm not endorsed or sponsored by the paint company. I'm just telling you what works. Now, what you see me doing is painting my electrical boxes, and now I'm also painting some of the wire. All my boxes and all my wire is going to be exposed. Thought about running conduit to make it look really cool. I was like, I didn't want to spend the money on it or the hassle of it, so I just spray painted everything. It's an outdoor place. It's fine. All right, real quick. So I'm back to the ceiling fan. I just drilled a 1-inch hole in the middle of that 6x6 just to get the wire down to the fan. I'm just putting a standard fan up. It's an outdoor fan I bought on Amazon. Nothing special. I think it was 120 bucks. I'll put links of everything that I purchased, almost everything exclusively on Amazon. It's just so convenient. I'll put links to all these different products in the description below. Feel free to click and take a look at what I'm putting in here. But all this stuff's either good quality, it's got good reviews, and it's reasonably priced. This fan is an outdoor fan. I'm not really into the outdoor type appliances or mechanical things. I think it's a joke, but this one was, and it was priced right, and it gave us the industrial look I was looking for. But pretty much a simple ceiling fan install. If you haven't done that before, I'm sure there's a lot of videos out there, but it's nothing crazy. Probably should be putting an electrical box up in here, but I'm not. Hope no one reports me. Just joking. But anyways, it's a pretty safe application here. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about rain getting in this either, where all of my stuff's located. I'll go over that in fine detail later, but for the most part, nothing inside here will get wet, including my speakers, TV, and all the goodies I'm getting ready to put in here. Like I told you earlier, my black wires are going to be exposed, so that's why I painted them from a gray. Could have left them gray, it would have been fine, but I'm all about cosmetics and making it look decent, so all the wiring will be black and exposed. I only ran 2 circuits out here, which is plenty. 2, I think 20 amp circuits. I ran the, I think that's 12-2 outdoor wiring. Stuff is miserable to work with. I struggled with it. It's really tough. If you think 12-2 yellow wire is tough, this outdoor stuff is 10 times worse than that. It's just tough to get the sheathing off of it. It's tough to bend. Everything. It's really stiff stuff. It's expensive too. If you haven't looked at the price of wiring lately, it's ridiculous. Here I am just flipping these boxes back over again, getting the other sides painted black. Doesn't take long to dry in the heat, so I move along pretty quickly. Trying to figure out where I want to start these hanging lights. I bought these lights for our big party we had where I did that big brisket cook. I think it was 114 pounds of brisket. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link above here. It's a pretty cool video. A lot of people watched. I think I'm close to 5,000 people have watched that video. It's my best video. But 114 pounds of brisket. That's where these lights came from. We bought them for this, but we used them in the garage before I needed them out here. So dual purpose, I guess. But now I'm transitioning these to the smokehouse. Good quality stuff I buy on Amazon. I've got a ton of these lights. They're cheap. I mean, what they cost, they're really reasonable. They come with the light bulbs and everything. They're LED. They run on almost anything, barely any electricity at all. And I'm just going to do a ring inside the main portion of this smokehouse, and then I'll do a row of them behind the smokehouse, or behind the smoker, actually in the lower portion. I think I forget to record that. I do run a strip down there along with some additional lighting that I'll show you here in just a second. What I was saying is I did run 2 circuits out here, underground, direct burial, 12-2 cable or wiring. Nothing crazy. I did that last year, got it in the ground, then grassed over the top of it. I have it in conduit in the yard, but like when it comes out of the ground, it's not in conduit anymore. Here I'm just simply drilling holes in the back of these boxes so I could mount them. I didn't know how to mount them. I didn't want them to be seen. Putting them in areas that actually are pretty hidden and away from the weather. like I said earlier, you know, all the boxes are hidden from the weather. And then also the speakers I'm getting ready to put in, they're covered by the overhang. I'll show you that here in a second. And the TV also, it's still far inside the building where it's not going to get wet. So everything's going to be safe, including the smoker, which is the most important part. It's going to be underneath that lower portion of the roof there. So good spot for it. I didn't want to buy a cover. I didn't want it to get rusty. So I got all the wiring done for the most part. I'm just going to go ahead and fire up the breakers. This is a sub panel in my basement. I've got 3 additional, I guess, circuits down there, so I got plenty. The basement's finished. The smokehouse is finished. I don't see me running any more electrical out of that panel, so it's not oversized or I'm not using too much of it. My dad always told me to leave a couple circuits for just because, and I've got 3 left, so probably leave it at that. I got 1 to play with if I really want to. What I'm cutting here is just some 2x8. I'm making an angle piece for the corners, the 2 corners in the back of the smokehouse. I guess it'd be the front of the smokehouse. I'm going to place speakers on top of these. So I figured it'd be a good spot to put them. I really want to put 4 speakers in there, but now I'm thinking the 2 speakers I'm getting ready to put in, and then maybe a sound bar. It definitely is, I need a little bit more oomph and sound. This TV I bought for it actually doesn't have enough sound. I mean, it's fine, but I'd really like to watch movies out there, and I think I need a sound bar. So real simple, just 45-degree angle, little, I think it's like 18-inch front on that. I just put 2 of them up there in each corner, and then I got on Amazon. I ordered these little Sonoses. I've got a ton of these. These are awesome speakers. If you don't have any, check them out. I know speakers are speakers, but they sound phenomenal. But the beauty of them is they're Wi-Fi speakers. So they actually communicate with an app over the Wi-Fi in the entire house. And I can link all of them together. So I can watch one game in the great room and play the game audio through every one of these Sonoses throughout my house. Or I can play the exact same music in every speaker all at once, or just certain ones. So if you ever have a chance to look at Sonos, it's good stuff. Fire TV. I really like these Fire TVs. I'm an Amazon Fire Stick type guy. I got subscription TV through, I think it's Direct Stream right now because it shows the games that I'm looking for, the Pacers basically. But the Amazon TVs are nice because the Amazon Fire Stick's already within. Cheap TV, I think it's 50 inches. It's not an outdoor TV. It'll be fine. I've had a regular TV in my screen-in porch for 3 years now. I've never had a problem with it. Now this one I probably will take in the wintertime just because I'm not going to be watching TV out here, and I'd rather just store it inside. Same thing with the speakers. But if you're buying outdoor TVs, unless they're getting wet, then you really don't need them. That's all they're for. They don't get moisture inside. They don't rust or anything like that. TVs are cheap nowadays, and they don't weigh very much either. So you can see the smoker's coming to his final resting spot. I called Dave up. He was happy to come over to help me do this. Kind of a big deal for both of us. We love our smokers. He's got the same one I got, and he knew what I was doing with this. Gave me some good ideas to finish this thing out, and you'll see it at the very end of this video. But it's in its place where it needs to be. But I figured I needed to put a railing for drinks and whatnot on top of it, surrounding it. And I want to make it a little bit more cozy back there in the smoke area. So I'm basically just taking some 2x8s, I'm notching out the ends of them. I'm going to place those on each side, and then I'm going to run a railing across the back also. Now I had intentions of putting, the smoking wood on each side. But Dave's like, well, why don't you put firewood in the back too and make it like a whole little corner of firewood. Great idea, Dave. So that's what I'm going to do here on the back section of this smoke area. I'm going to put standard size firewood for the fire pit I have over there by the patio, and then on the sides I'm going to do the burn sticks, the smoker sticks. So great idea. And the beauty about that all is, and I didn't even think about this when I was planning on doing this, is it keeps it dry. I mean, the overhangs cover most of that. It may get a little wet on the sides, but for the most part the overhang is going to cover the wood. So I'll always have dry wood in the area that I'm using it. Great idea. So here I am. These fit pretty snug. I think I went 40 inches high here. I think it said on Amazon or Google, I think it said 36 to 40 inches. So I went to the high end of that because I want to put as much firewood down below as possible. So I think I'm sitting right around 40 inches top on that. You can see why I put the notches in, because then I just drive screws on each side and it holds it up to real nice. I do come along here in a minute. I put a 2x4 underneath just to make it really rigid. Here's the other side. I basically just took a 2x4, ran it from one side to the other, put a level on it to get it the exact same height. And then once I got the corner, then I just put the level across the other way and brought it down, made it level that way. That way both sides are completely level. And then this was the easy part. The back one's easy. I just run a 2x4 on edge here. Catch both bottom sides of the railings on both sides that I already know that are level. And give it a few screws here and there, get it in there nice and tight. And then I go cut a 2x8. It's a 2x8 too, I think. Yeah, oh no, you know what? That's a 2x6. Because I didn't want it to overhang on either side. Now remember, those posts are 6x6. So it fits perfectly in between the 2x6s. Just a good little look. I didn't need that to overhang. It's just sitting on top of that 2x4. Here I am just putting in the last couple 2x4s underneath the side railings, just mainly for look. But probably sturdy too. I mean, it's only a 6 foot on both sides from those two posts. Now the back side's a lot longer, and that's kind of why I did that. I think it's like 10 foot across, 12 foot across the back. Pretty cool little area. It turns out really nice. Just got another 2x4. Get ready to wrap this up. I've got one little step to do here. I'm going to put some lights in the smoke area because, as you know from my other videos, I like to cook at night. And I figured, well, I need lights above my smoker too. So I ended up putting 2 additional lights. Bought those on Amazon too. Dirt cheap. Not very expensive at all. They look great. And they're a perfect fit for that area. Real simple. Just hooking up wires. I think everybody and their mother knows how to do that. Not a big deal at all. Well, I really wanted to show you the final of this, but I think this video is running a little long. I like these 12 to 15 minute videos, and I think I'm going to give you the final reveal tour maybe within a week or so. So I'll go over everything I did with it, what I used, how I used it, what it cost, and what would I do different. That will all be in the next video. It will be the final reveal, the Smokehouse Pavilion tour coming real soon. Hope you enjoyed this video. That's a wrap. If you like these types of videos, give it a like. Make sure you subscribe. Please share with family and friends. And like I always say, I appreciate you spending time with the Home Pro Hero.